Hey YouTube, this morning I'm going to go through the money moves that I've made in the last, probably since about December 17th to today, which is March 3rd, and the things I did in real estate, investments, crypto, and things I've learned about, what I learned. I'm going to go through them all first, and I'm going to go back and cover some specific details about values of each, so you can probably tag on to the first part and see just what I did. And if you want to see more about my insight into it, you can continue to listen. All right, so let's get into this. So first, in real estate, I closed the two house purchases. One was I bought for $230. It was somebody that brought me houses before, and I kind of just know what price I buy it for. House appraised for $270 when I bought it. We did a fix-up for $11, so maybe it was about a $30,000 buffer in there, and also there was some value created because it rented before I actually owned it, and so I already had renters in there. At closing, I got money for rent, and so this makes it a pretty tight process, which helps. Second one was in a different area. I was at $225. It just went on the market, and the day it went on the market, I gave them an offer for $220, $5,000 under asking price. It was on a Friday. They said that they would not take it off the market for less than $225. So I had a decision to make: either take it to $225, or on Monday there would be three other people and have bidded over the asking price for maybe $235. I think it would have went for like $240 or something like that quickly. I think it was worth around $260. As you can see from the sheet, we were looking at renting it for $1,800. We tried that, dropped it down to $1,745, and it rented pretty quickly. The fix-up took 4 days of electricity on, so we missed that, but a week for the fix-up, which was great. So in 2 weeks we had it on the market. It did take probably a month to rent, but part of that is because, most of that is because it's winter and people just don't move as much in the winter. So you have to factor that into the price. The sales contract on a new house. Somebody had brought me a house 2 months ago and said, "How much would you pay for this? Are you interested?" I told them. They said they wanted $20,000 more. I said, "Well, I hope you get that." 2 months later, they came back and said, "Can he still close quickly?" And I said, yes. And so we have a contract on that. It closes in like 25 days. I think it'll rent for around $1,700 a month. It does require a little bit of fix-up. There's a little bit of things on it that have to be done, but not that much, and it'll go about a week or two on that. Cost of money now is about 7.8%, or I'm looking at a line of credit to give myself some flexibility. And the advantage of a line of credit is it has a lower payment. You're only paying interest. The interest is variable, but the cash flow is better. So if I'm buying a house, let's say short term, I'm going to carry it on a line of credit that I can pay down over a period of time, and increase my cash flow each time I pay down, which cash flow has been a big thing lately. Investments, still dollar cost averaging some into Walmart, not as much as before. Home Depot, VIG, or a hold. Crypto has changed a lot. Solana, we'll go through the value of that. I'm still staking that. I think I get about $5 direct every 2 days, or every trunk or something like that. It's a little period of time for staking. And then I have some which is in also in stake Solana, which is called Marinade. And so on that, I'm guessing that I would get about 2/3 of that, so probably $3 every 2 days. So we'll say $8 every 2 days, so $4 a day is what I get on stake in Solana. Finally got the payout on Celsius. Celsius turned out to be a crook, went through bankruptcy. I got my payout in Bitcoin and Ethereum, so it was a lot more than what I thought I was going to get, because Bitcoin and Ethereum had went up in price. Got it out, and I sold half of the Bitcoin to get some cash out, because I did not want all of it in there. And so we'll go through the price of those things. Learning. From before, we were still looking at Buffett stocks. One of the stocks we had bought was Ally. We'll go through the value of Ally in a minute. It is good, but the whole market is up. Federal home loans, I've been buying. I bought a couple of those due maybe 5 or 10 years out. And I don't understand them. They say they pay 6%, but you look at the value, and the value is lower than when I bought them, even though I bought them 4 months ago. So I do not understand federal home loan backed securities. And that's just what it is. I'm trying to understand that so that I know if I can have a 6% investment and then sell it later like you can with the Treasury. Risk reduction, still was buying Treasuries. Right now I am pretty much full on Treasuries. Same in my HSA. I've had a loan that resets, and I took this loan. I financed it partially out to buy the 2 properties above. One of the properties is in the loan now. One of the properties is clear. And sales company, I did a closeout on Sash shoes. I can tell you where it was from. I forget the name of the store, but there was a women's shoe store in Yakima, Washington that had closed, and I basically bought the rest of their shoes out at closeout. It was 676 pairs, and those were being sold through the shop. And then work, first time ever in 20 something years. I applied for 2 jobs, had an interview on Monday for that, so we will see how that comes out. So let's go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to go to this graph, into real estate in the areas I have. So this is one area that I have, and I will tell you how I do evaluations just to understand the value. And if you do this ahead of time and you're looking for the same thing I am in your area or in a different area, then you can understand what the value is, so you understand what a good value looks like. So if I do just 3 bedrooms, and I knock off everything that has more than 3 bedrooms. Almost everything I have today is 3 bedrooms. And then I knock off townhouses, multifamily condos, lots, apartments, manufacturers, down to just houses. And then I add one more criteria in here. Must have garage, built newer than 1990, because that knocks off a bunch of older houses. Now you go into price and say what I've been buying is at $230, valued at $270, let's say. And so I'm going to put a $300,000 cap, not even needing to look at $300,000. And that tells you what is available on the market. So right now, in the area I look at, you have 285. It's been on the market like 30 days. I watched it each day to see what it is. The problem with this one is there's no granite countertops. There's carpet in the bathroom, and unless this is upgraded, it is not worth 285. People have to make $109,000 a year to afford this payment. Just that kind of person doesn't want a unupgraded house with carpet, because they're gonna have to come in and they're gonna redo a bunch of stuff, and for them to redo it, it's gonna cost them $10,000-15,000. So your price is really $300. You look at this one and you say, oh, that doesn't even have a garage. This is an older house. It's just mismarked on the MLS. Down here I don't look at. This area is worse. This is not even built, but it's still $290. So if I'm buying in this region and I'm buying at $230, I have a huge buffer between anything else competing with me in the market. Now let's switch over here and let's say for rent, and let's look and see what is offered for rent. So when I go out and I try to rent this house out, what am I competing with? Now rentals has got lower in competition. So if you look at this, 3-bedroom houses that meet the criteria that I have, there is one that is $1,400. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms, which is smaller. We could look at that and see the difference, but you see how small the competition for rentals is. So when I get this house on the market, hopefully it'll rent quickly. Now there's another house I have for rent today that we can look at, but I'm going to move on to Kansas City area, and I'm going to look at the same thing. 3 bedrooms, apply match, and instead of click on everything, we're just going to do $300,000 max and see what the market. Home types are these. immediately some of these dropped off, and so you have the 280. Okay, just had a price cut. Decent house. 240. This one is kind of an house, you can tell by the style. 240 is not too bad actually on Ward Road. But if I look down in this 280, you could see, level of upgrades indicates the price. Kansas City houses I've been buying about 225. So cheapest thing in the market is that there's a 240 older house or 280 in kind of the class of house I'm looking at. You see this right here? That means that it's owned by HUD or somebody like that. So I should definitely put this one on my radar. No big cracks in the floor. You got vinyl down here in the basement. Not bad. But this is definitely a telltale sign. So I need to check this one out. I'll check this one out later, but at 280, it's definitely not something we've been looking for. But if, let's say, it dropped down to, 230, we might put an offer on 225 and do that. Second thing, let's look at stocks. Home Depot, 1 year, went crazy. Since December, 309 to 384. Stock market is going crazy. This pays a dividend 2.3. I mean, now I wouldn't be going in and saying I'm going to buy a bunch of it because it was way down here. I have what I have. If I was going to do anything, I might dollar cost average into it, but even that might be a bad decision. I'm probably going to wait for the market to correct some or go into a different investment that's priced better. Right now, some of the houses are priced better. If you go into here, VIG, same thing, same slope. You go into Walmart. Walmart I'm dollar cost averaging into. I'm always dollar cost averaging to. It's up. You buy less. It's down. They just had a split. You just see how they jump down right here. Now let's get into crypto. Bitcoin here. 1 year chart. It's at basically a high for the year. If you look at the 5 year, it is almost reaching its all-time high of 64. So very close. Now I did sell half of my Bitcoin that I got back from Celsius due to risk, but I sold it about here, 51. It's hard to make consistently good decisions on crypto when there's no underlying foundation on crypto. Ethereum, I still have some. You look at the 1 year, and it is going crazy, amplified by the stock market and some other things that they expect to happen. The feeling right now is that the crazy risk of interest rates is not there. They might go a quarter point higher. They might stay the same. They might go down. But that crazy risk of, Volcker Dave 17% is not there, not priced in the market at all. And if there's any hint of that, then you're going to see a steep decline as people sell out of these assets to get back into safe things and hedge their bets to be able to buy. Now, this change from we expect 3 decreases in interest rate this year to they're not going to decrease them for a while and there might be some this year is the reason I got that house. I'm pretty sure they wanted 250. I didn't want to pay 250, but when that shifted, they came back and said, can he close in 30 days? And my realtor said yes, verified with me. And so they want to have cash to either buy or they want to have cash to hedge their position when they got nervous. And so I am still at the same price. I don't fluctuate in what I do very much. Ally Stock is another one that we've been experimenting with. If you look at Ally Stock 1 year, we're playing down here, and now it's up to 36, so we're definitely in a good position on that. The dividend is 3.21. There is some risk in this stock. I have some, but not in position, not like Home Depot. I don't have the same confidence in Ally that I would in Home Depot or Walmart or VIG. And so smaller position, we're riding with that to see how it's going to come out. But back to the sheet, and that's basically what I've been working on. Applied for 2 jobs I mentioned. Probably one of my first times of applying for other jobs. People have a opinion which is been very complimentary, and so that feels good. Options feel good. Possibilities of what you could do next and have different venues of things you could do. Not being stuck is a great feeling. still uncertainty. Uncertainty gives you a bad feeling, and so that is kind of how I see the situation. I don't have anything else to share this morning, and so let me know if you want something to be talked about, or you want a perspective on how to make money, or real estate, or crypto, or some things that I do. But it is great to talk to you all. Like and subscribe down below. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later.